Hello everyone, my name is Fusa and we will talk about Civilization 6. If you're watching this right now, it's a huge sale on Civ 6 and I was thinking about, let's talk about it. You can get the deluxe version for like 20 euros, it's not much, and you get pretty much all the small DLCs. But let's jump in and talk about the game itself. As you can see, I have pretty much all of them: Gathering Storm, Rise and Fall, Standard Rules. But I will play Expansion Gathering Storm because all the smaller ones are included in that one. And I like to play Random Leader because it's huge difference. So if you're thinking about getting the game or you played it a little bit, to get used to it, I would just pick Random Leader. Of this video, I will throw in Emperor, but be kind to yourself and pump it up if you, or down when you're learning the rules. Game speed, I go standard, but if you want to higher tempo, you can always put it on like online, and it's a way quicker playstyle. But you're still playing against the AI in here. But it's the same type when you're online. We have continents. I choose small map because the games takes forever. You can easily play 20 hours. And if you have like a huge map, extra enemies, you can easily have a game for like 30 plus hours or more. It's insane. Also, it depends on what kind of game speed you are having. Okay, if you play Civ, how many? Oh, what kind of difficulty and what kind of playstyle do you have? But yeah, we have Disaster Intensity 2. This is Gathering Storm. So if you don't have that expansion, you won't see this, I believe. So let's see what they're throwing at us. So don't think too much about it. Like when you get Civ, allow yourself to lose because that's how you learn.
His first upright steps, you have come far.
So we're playing as the Sumerians.
From this early cradle
and here you and at this screen you're seeing a little bit. Okay, special improvement. What is improvement? You can build a unit that's called a builder, and they can improve like the tiles inside your city. And the epic quest: when you capture a barbarian outpost, receive a tribal village of reward in addition to the usual gold. Pay half the usual cost to Levi city-state units. So it sounds like we're gonna be playing domination. We could and such because we can use the city-states. City-state means like cities that won't expand, like Hong Kong. But then we have like the U.S. A city-state will just build armies, develop the one city, then we can meet other countries that will expand. That's the difference. So this is how my game looks. If you like these and this, you can actually go to your options and interface and check these out. Show yields in hard weapon, like I kind of enjoy, so I can see what every tile means. Like if you don't enable this, otherwise it will be much harder to understand. And this is a tribal village. When you capture it, you get some benefits. Let's check next turn. So yeah, this is the settler. I'm doing one naughty thing. I'm doing one naughty thing. Every time I start a game, if I don't like the start location, I restart. Like, boom, if I don't like this, I just go here and restart. And when I play with a random leader, I will get a new country to play as. So if I don't like the start, they throw me a new later to play with, and it's quite fun. I don't know what's throwing at me, and also depending on the leader, I will also choose my playstyle. Like this guy seems quite aggressive, then I will go for the domination victory. And what the fuck is domination victory? Up here, world rankings. Here we can see like culture and everything, and you can click in. Like, what does it take to win a religious victory? I will switch sides so you will see anything. So, pretty much, you can click in on the different win conditions and read about them. I won't tell you. You have to get the game and read yourself, or I will. You can pause the screen and read right now. So yeah, are you pausing? Please. So now you tell me, what kind of victories do you usually go for? If you want to cheat, take religion, and then also wipe out the other nations. So if you like, my first victory was a religious victory, and I did be a filthy boy. I did wipe 2 other countries out, and then I did actually spread the religion to the other 3 or 4. But I did wipe 2 countries out, so I wouldn't have to compete with the religion. But yeah, you know, it happens. And that was diplomacy. I don't know. Did I show it? So yeah. You see, if you hover over, this is the cities here, and you will see them when you're holding the settler. The settler is actually what will later become cities, and it's recommended this one. It's freshwater, resources, regional yield, inner ring yield, new resources near city. So a lot of benefits, not as many over here. So if you don't know what anything of these means, just choose the location with the most blue thumbs up. So put it down here. Ta-da! That's the city. So I won't go into many details. If you might be pro if you watch, but like, look at this. Like, back to basics. Pretty much, when you click on the city, you will see toggle city details, total food surplus, and then you might think, what the fuck is the food surplus? And you see one population, and when you have extra food, you will get one more population. Like it's feeding a baby or a family, so we can get more people, like breed them. And now it's plus 1.1, and it will take 14 turns. But if it would be 2.2, it would be double the speed because we would have the double the food. Let's see. If you click on this, many citizens, you see now we have our population automatically 1 in the city, plus 1 family that's working the fields, and they are giving us 3 gold, 1 food, and 2 production. Like this early on, even though the gold, the production, I'd rather go for the extra food. So what about we're switching him from here? We're getting it like, see? Plus 2.2. See, it's 14 up there, so let's see what happens. We might want to go mining. So we're gonna improve this. And now, when we are this leader, we can actually make war cards this early. Aha! As I told you, now instead of 14 turns, it's say 7. Why is that so important? I want more families working my fields. It kind of makes sense, right?
Civilization has.
Yeah, she's talking a lot. You should listen to the lady if you're new. And here you see different improvements. Like we can make a farm, we can make a cigarette, plus 2 science. So, boom. You should try to get as many era scores. For example, your unique stuff for your city. You're not your city, your country that you're playing as. When you do it for the first time, you will get era score. You shouldn't think too much about it as first. If you like did buy the game today, you should just focus on how to get population. Like you want people that works your fields. Like technically, that's what we want to do. Like now it takes 6 turns, but okay. And not as good a production, but it's okay. And this, did you? If you did miss it, we saw the tribal village. This is barbarians, and you should definitely take them out. Otherwise, they will launch attacks at you. And one thing, if they have a cap close to a horse resource, don't be fooled. Like, you can't see where horses are spawned yet because we don't know about that technology. So, for example, this could be a horse resource, and that would mean this barbarian village would start to launch horse attacks against your city. So, think about that. I could wait 4 turns and improve my diamonds. I want to get to a rich bitch. And here, it's a stalemate. But yeah, basics. I freaking love this game. And what you should be thinking about is take care of enemy barbarians. Spread around. A lot of people recommend to make a scout early on. But for this country, we can produce VOD cards, and I like those. Like, they're really aggressive, but they will be useless later on, so I'm going a little bit early. And there are so many good videos about this game, but this is like overall thinking, what you should think about. You can also purchase tiles for gold, and here's the income. Just ignore the things you don't know. Like, there's a lot of info and a lot of stimuli, but first and foremost, cogwheels production. You see, we're producing the war card. Boom. More cogwheels, the quicker it will go. You can see, for example, we spoke about builders. They're improving the tiles within your city. We are requiring different improvements. Now we going for the mining technology, and we need mining that we can start whack some diamonds. And then later we will go for irrigation, so we can get tea. So there are a lot of these things that you might have to think about, but it's so confusing at first. But if you see, when you meet other nations, and as you see they are much stronger than yourself, and you don't know what you did wrong, just restart. And pick a random leader, and maybe at random you find someone that you enjoyed playing, and you will be learning a little bit every time you play. You just have to figure out how the basics goes. And now when it's on sale on Steam, go for it. Like, what the heck? Go for it! I don't really know what we have been covering in this video, but I just wanted to talk about how much I love this game. I stream it pretty much every single week at the moment. And you can look at the small lady. Like, she's telling you what she recommend. So she says pottery and granary, great bats. When we do this, it takes 6 turns to complete. More science production you have, the quicker it will go. For example, we would get 1 science if we would have a population for this tile. One extra science. But personally, I tend to go for food first. You see, now it went here. It looks like 22 turns until we get to 3 population. But instead of 10, now it's like 4 turns until the war card is complete. So we could wait 4 turns until we get the war card. Wait. Example now. Boom. Eureka, your mining operation have given you the ability to create an axle. Will the wheel follow? So when you do a little bit of these improvements, you can get something called Eureka moments, which will speed up the thingies. We can, for example, click on the take 3. This is, for example, why it's so important to explore. Astrology. To boost, find a natural wonder. It takes normally 10 turns, but it will speed up quite a lot, almost 50%. And here we can see unrevealed. It would take 477 turns to get this far. Nuclear fusion. So a lot of badass things. And you might think, what the hell should I go for in this Civic 3? You could always check what is your country's specialty and go for that one. But yeah, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, just play and press restart and redo and redo. Try to get as good population growth as possible. Are you organizing correctly? Should we have more food production so we get quicker population growth, or should we have like more on the cogwheels so we would have better production? But what I personally prefer early on, more food and production. But you have to find your own playstyle. Later on, if you go high gold income, you can buy monuments, settlers, builders. Also, you can use fate. So yeah, that's a little bit of Civ. And yeah, have fun, retry, find the later you enjoy, and please tell me, what kind of playstyle do you prefer? Do you want to make a religion and call it after an STD, like when I'm streaming the game and kind of naming it a random STD, and then I go spreading it all over the world? It's hilarious. But also, sometimes I go for prestige and building all the wonders. It's a fantastic game and so many possibilities. So please, if you like this video or want to check out the streams, subscribe to the channel or check out the Twitch. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will be back. Thank you. Bye bye.